What's going on, YouTube? Herbors here. Just got back from too many games in Oaks, Pennsylvania. It's about a half hour north of Philly, and had a blast. There was a lot to do with vendors, and there was games to play in the arcade. There was music bands that were dedicated to video games. There was gaming tournaments. There was just so much to do. There was board game stuff, but I kind of stayed clear of that. Um, I went up there Friday, and opened the show, and then Saturday from open to close, and then I didn't stay Sunday because I have two kids, and it was hard to get a babysitter, and plus I didn't want to be that away from them that long. So anyway, when I was there, I got to meet a bunch of great guys. I got to meet the Happy Console Gamer, somebody who influenced my channel from basically the beginning. I got to meet GameSack. Got to sit in their Q&A, which was really awesome. Met the Game Chasers again, even though I met them last year. I met Alpha Omega Sin again. I met Pat the NES Punk, and I bought a couple games off of him. And I'm trying to think if I met anybody else. I believe that's it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Anyway, I didn't really buy too much this year because I don't really know. Everything was so overpriced, and as much as I want to buy stuff, I'm normally pretty smart about what I buy and like the prices I pay. So anyway, all my stuff is in this conveniently sack provided by GameSack. When you purchase the hat, you got a sticker and a sack, and I thought it was kind of worth it. But the magazine this year looked like Nintendo Power, and it was all Earthbound themed this year, which I thought was really neat because that's kind of a, I mean, yeah, it's getting popular now in the gaming community, but it's not a real popular game. Like if you walk up to the average person and ask them if they ever played Earthbound or heard of Earthbound, they'll know nothing of what you're talking of. And the badge, the enter. Well, wrong card. Hold on 1 second. Here it is. The entrance badge has a picture of Ness, and it says you have encountered the attendee, which I thought was really neat. So it was pretty neat how last year they did like Super Mario World, and this year they did Earthbound, so that was pretty cool. Alright, so one thing I bought, which is something very clever, and this is really going to solve issues for me, is a end labels for the N64, because you know the N64 doesn't have the end labels, and so I bought off of a Facebook page of New Jersey Gamers. A member there was selling them, so I met up with him, and not only is it neat to have the end labels to make storing your games so much easier, because I keep my N64 games in drawers. Now I'll be able to actually put them on the shelf. It's actually a great way of knowing which games you do or do not have, because you're going to be able to take the labels off and put them on the games that you own. And then, like, if you're ever out and about, like at a convention or whatever, if you happen to have these, you'll be able to be like, oh, I don't have Armies, Men, Sarge's Heroes, or, Battle Tanks, and then you'll go from there. You won't be double buying games, which sometimes does happen when you have a big collection. You don't realize what you have sometimes. It sounds crazy, and I know it kind of sounds a little ridiculous, but sometimes you legit just don't know what you have. Okay. Another thing I bought was a cute girl up there was a crocheter, and she had a Pokeball for $3. So I bought that because I got it to look pretty cool on a shelf, and it doubles as a hacky sack, which is pretty cool, and plus she was pretty hot, so I'm not going to turn out a pretty lady. So from Pat the NES Punk, I purchased a Legendary Axe for the TurboGrafx 16. I'm trying to build my TurboGrafx collection up. This is like only my 5th or 6th game for TurboGrafx, so it was pretty cool to actually buy it from Pat the NES Punk too. I also purchased Want It for Sega Master System because it was $5 and it's a complete Sega Master System game that I knew I didn't have, so I'm not gonna not pick that up. And finally, off of Pat the NES Punk, I bought Little Nemo's Dream Master. He did a review on this before, and I actually never played this game until this weekend. Well, until the day I got home from the convention Saturday night, and it's actually a great game. Really happy with this purchase. And then I also bought Shadowgate, because this is an RPG that I don't own for the NES. And I always hear people talk about it, and I see a lot of gameplay, but I never physically played it. So I'm pretty happy to have this. And finally, my last game that I purchased was I was a big fan of the first game. I just got introduced to it in the past year, and the fact that it's a Nintendo game, Nintendo created this game or whatever, I really wanted in my collection, and that's Star Tropics 2: Zoda's Revenge. Now, like I said, I played the first game. I'm a pretty big fan. I'm hoping the second game lives up to it. I hear mixed reviews, so I'm gonna give it my own. I don't know why they don't reintroduce this series. This is a great series, and Nintendo could really benefit from this. Like either throw it on the Wii U or the 3DS. I think you would have a hit, because for the people that don't know about Star Tropics, they're going to see it and they're going to be like, "Wow, this looks like a really neat game." And some people might think of it as a new IP, even though it's an existing one. But for like some regular gamers, they might not remember the Star Tropic games. I was just recently introduced to it last year, and it's a great series. So I know I didn't pick up too many games this year, but I still had a blast because it was a gaming convention. It was great to be around people that share the same passion for games as I do, and being able to see different things. Like, you could be like a hardcore gamer like me and been into gaming for 20 some years, and when you go to conventions like that, you learn new things. It's like games you didn't know existed or whatnot, so on and so forth. There's so much stuff that you can learn from conventions, and it's just cool being around in that environment. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, may the force be with you. Herbivores out.